Hey guys, Jonah here, back with a Supermarket Sunday. But it is a beer review after all. You know how we rock and roll. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of these, but I was at Marks and Spencer's the other day. Yeah, I was buying daffodils, believe it or not, because it was St. David's Day, and obviously beginning of spring. Need some daffodillies, don't you? Anyway, and I saw there were a couple of beers on offer, and it's weird. They usually do some offers, but like other supermarkets, they only drop the prices by like 50p or something. These ones, it was like one. I think it was £1.50 off. So I got them for I got them for £1.50 each, and I've got a couple. So the next couple of Sundays will be Supermarket Sundays. Woohoo! And I thought I would do this one because it is by vocation. So it's the Marks and Spencer's. Whoops. It should zoom in. Dun dun dun. Zoom in, you mofo. It's the Black Forest. Come on, dude. Zoom. There we go. Nice clear for a change. God, this camera is rubbish. 6.5% Black Forest Stout, cherry and chocolate. Like I say, by vocation or brewed by vocation, and it's part of the Marks and Spencer range. So let us see what we have. Crafted in collaboration with Vocation Brewery, this beer has a winning combination of rich chocolate malt and juicy cherry, and pairs brilliantly with ripe cheese or rich chocolate tart or pudding. Bold hints of cherry, blackberry, blackcurrant, chocolate on the base notes, roasted barley, and dark crystal malts. It even says what the malts are. So majority is pale, as we know. Most beers are made with the majority pale. Chocolate malt, oats in there, dark crystal, roasted barley. What else have we got? Ingredients. So there we go. We got some gluten. It's got cherry juice in it. It has got lactose in it as well, or fruit sugar, should I say? Lactose sugar. 6.5% on the ABV, and even the can looks proper. It's dark, but it's got a sort of foresty kind of thing going through, with a bit of a purple hue. Now, I did a little bit of research because, as you know, my best bud who died a couple of years ago, his favourite brewery was Vocation, and I'm going to do a special tribute to him again. It's his birthday on the 25th of this month, so I'm going to do something special for that. But I thought when we're into March, having Vocation beer is cool. So I've got a few Vocation. I haven't got as many as I did last year, but I've got a few Vocation beers. So yeah, I looked this one up, and Vocation, weirdly, there's a lot of gas coming there. My God, I'm going to have to let that. Yeah, cherry. I'm going to have to let that one sit. I don't know if you can see, but I've just tapped it, and see, the bubbles are coming up through the ring pull. So that's not necessarily good. But yes, I saw Vocation do an Imperial Black Forest Stout, but that one's 10.5%. This one is only 6.5%. So I wonder if it's a similar kind of idea, similar brew, but they've just backed off a bit on their kind of alcohol, because selling 10% beers as a supermarket special beer, well, number one, I think the supermarket will get in trouble big time. And number two, not many people are going to buy a 10% beer in the supermarket unless you're mad. Although saying that, the banana beer, the beer of the year from last year for me was the Vocation Banana, and that was for sale in Tesco. So you can get it sometimes. Right, I was considering using my Vocation glass, but no, I'm going to go for the tulip today. We'll save that for the some special ones that I've got for later on in the month. And I'm hoping, wow, look at that. I don't know if it's picking it up on this. No, it's not really on the actual camera, but I'm seeing we're pouring a little bit purple, which is crazy. So tiny bit left in the can. And look at that head, man. Absolutely ridiculous. And that looks black, I guess, to you guys. But let me tell you, it has a purple hue. And that is 2 fingers worth of lovely off tan kind of head. If it will focus, there we go. Look at that head. Look at that colour. Absolutely lovely looking stuff. Big old bubbles. Well, some big, some small. And there's cherry in there, and I love cherry. Creek, the lambic cherry bit is absolute genius. But this has got some lacto in, so it might have a bit of sweetness in there. I have to say though, I'm not really a man for the Black Forest Gatto, to be honest. Right, let's do a nice supermarket Sunday shot for the front of the video. Yeah, so I don't really like those cakes, and I have to say I don't really eat cherries that much by themselves, or in cherry tarts or cherry bakewells. Sometimes I don't have them that often. So that head has gone a little bit. If we got oats in there, maybe we're going to get a nice set of tide lines too. Guys, like I say, this is Unclejona returning to the supermarket to do some supermarket collaboration beers. So you guys don't have to. But while these are on special offer, I would say get yourself down to Marks and Spencer. Obviously, if you live in the UK, see if you can bag yourself a bargain. When it's only £1.50 for a 6.5% beer, my God, that is bargain of the century. Right. Oh, let's do a bit of that. I'll probably get some on this. I need to cut this tash. Maybe even trim the beard back a bit. It's getting a bit too much. Oh, wow. Yeah. Cherry, bitter cherry, chocolate. The lacto in there as well gives a little bit of vanilla hint too. Look at that. The tide line is not very straight, but at least it's there. It's weird. The cherry is sour, so it's like a cherry soured kind of thing. But then they've added the lacto as well. So it kind of goes sour first for me, for my palate. Then it goes up to sweet. And now I'm getting an aftertaste of more sourness with the chocolate kind of in the middle. I don't think this is a beer for me. You know, if you have like a pastry stout beer and you think, oh, some pastries have fruit in, like an apple turnover or a cherry bakewell or something along those lines, or a plum duff's more of a pudding. But anyway, if you like that sort of thing, maybe this is a beer for you. But it kind of, yeah, it's that kind of wave, sour, sweet, sour. Not sure about this. I think this would be better if it had just remained sour and maybe backed off a little bit on the lacto. That makes sense. Let's go and see what we get from the second sip. Oh. Now, interesting, I'm getting a little bit of coffee in there now. So I'm getting like a cherry coffee cake, I guess. So if a Black Forest Gatto had cherry in as well, that would be Yeah, that would be there. A little bit less sweetness. Maybe my palate's used to the sweetness, and the sourness is not as sour as it was from my first taste. So now, after leaving it a little bit, and the carbonation's kind of dropping out as well. As you can see, the head is kind of fast disappearing. But look at that. That's a fat tide line there. Nice selfish line. Um, yeah, interesting. So we're introducing some coffee and some sort of, yeah, maybe some mocha. I was trying to think, is there a sort of cherry coffee? Uh, maybe cherry coffee liqueurs, like the kind of sweets. I have to say, I don't really like liqueurs either. Um, Maybe that's why I'm sort of struggling a little bit with this beer. The other thing to say is sorry, my nose is very itchy. Um, it's probably this moustache starting to put weird hairs up my nose and stuff. It's quite carbonated as well. Um, what I was going to say was, yeah, if you like those kind of tastes, I'm getting a sort of almond taste as well now, but it's kind of late in the finish. So more like a cherry Bakewell, kind of. Um, it's annoying because I really want to like this beer, but I don't think it's quite my palate. It's almost there, but yeah, I'd say you'd kind of want to go either sweet or sour and not try and do both at the same time. I'd be very, very interested to try the Imperial, which I think is probably the original beer. See if the Imperial is like this, but jacked up to 9, on the mental scale. This one, the 6.5% is not too shabby. I do like 6.5, so it's definitely getting up to Imperial. It's getting up to pastry stout levels, not quite Imperial. Um, but yeah, it's just that sourness fighting with the sweetness at the same time. Hmm. Let us see what the final. Yeah, I'll be able to drink that in one go, I reckon. You know me. You know me. Right, let's see what we get. Oh, yeah, by the way, if you're enjoying this supermarket Sunday, it's basically looking at different supermarkets in the UK, finding what bargains to be had, finding if there are supermarket own brands, or a lot of the time they do things like this and do collaborations with well-known breweries such as Vocation in this case, which is perfect for a supermarket Sunday. The thing is, though, I think for a supermarket beer, they do cut back a little bit on what the original brewery had on its original beer. So you'll always find that the supermarket ones are a little bit cheaper, and in this case, it's discounted because it's on special offer. But you're kind of trimming back some of the ingredients, so it's never as good as the original kind of breweries, yeah, beer. There are some exceptions. I have found them before. Hey, and if you want to have a look, why not subscribe to the channel? Look back through the back catalogue. My God, it is a 6.5% beer. I'm slurring a little bit. It's Sunday after all. Yeah, have a look in my back catalogue. Look for my playlist, Supermarket Sunday. You can see all the different beers, all the different supermarkets, all the different breweries involved. I think I'm well over 100. I can't remember. I think 120. I'll put it in the link. Obviously, you'll be able to see in the actual name of this video how far or how many supermarket beers I've reviewed, but it's well over 100 beers. Cheers and beers, guys. Oh, and by the way, if you've liked this review, why not click like? Really helps me out. Cheers. Whoa, look at that line again down there. That is a bendy line, dead straight. Maybe it's because of the pour I did, I don't know. Another fat, selfish line. This has been a really, really nice beer. A little bit left in the can, but I am going to enjoy that off camera. You guys enjoy what's left of your Sunday. If you're like me and you like the old get to the chopper, you'll probably already have seen the Superbikes, World Superbikes, where Alvaro Batista is doing really, really well at the moment. And yeah, young Turkish rider Can Onju. He won yesterday, in fact, but it's his first win in super sport. So cheers to you, my friend. I know you probably don't drink because you're Muslim, but hey, if you're watching this video, which you won't be, shalom to you, brother. And yeah, hopefully lots more wins to you. And Alvaro Batista is one of my favorite riders. Really, really cool guy. Ha! Everything going. If I win the lottery, I'm going to buy a Ducati bike. That's all I can say. Cheers and beers, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow for another beer review. Till then, drink some beer, drink some supermarket beer.